Okay, as you can see, we are at our cruise. Well, I've been at a cruise since short time now, and it's about time to plan our descent. So you go to the VNav, select the 2, and we want to be at India 25 left at about 4,000 feet. That's alright. So you enter that, you confirm that, 1,800. Normally you should see a top of descent appear on your flight plan. Right over there. And now basically what you do is you start programming for your descent. If I can find... Here it is. Okay, so what you do now is you go to the tune page in your FMC. Put the nav, select the nav 1. The frequency for 25 left is 110.700. Enter that. Nav 2, same thing. 700. Enter that. Okay. Now we're just gonna change this here to the second MMC. I am gonna select hold else. And it's turning the wrong way again. So you go here, direct to, oh, I see what's wrong. And you go to number 12. Yep, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, then you select here the nav source 1. So right click. Put in the heading for 25 left, and that's 249er. There we go. Select, put it back to FMS1. Nav, altitude. Okay. Here you select back. Here you select nav 2. Put in the course 241. I've just realized that I've not put in the heading. That I didn't put the course in the first in nav 1, but I've put the heading in. Sorry about that. So we're just gonna change that. So here course will be 249. There we go. Put back to FMS1. Nav and altitude. There we go. Alright. Okay, that's that for now. Okay, now we're gonna start descending, so let's put this to idle. As you see, VNav path has been engaged. We're still following LNav. And we're climbing back again. That's some kind of bug, I guess. Now it should be descending. There we go. VNav path again engaged. If you have that problem, just recalculate the VNav, and everything should go fine. As you can see, we're about 35 nautical miles from the airport runway. Should soon get a visual of it, probably. Just reduce speed a bit. Want to be under 250 knots when we pass 10,000, but apparently it didn't work this time. So if you have that problem, make sure you descend as quick as possible. You decelerate as quick as possible. I'm gonna reselect the speed indicators. I'm gonna select my approach speed. That's gonna be 116 knots again. And the second speed indicator will be 170 knots. And I'm going to try to maintain 170 knots for my approach. As you can see, we can already see a piece of Frankfurt City. Already at 5 flap 5. Select the flap 35 here if you're landing with flap 35 like I am. It's just for the ground proximity warning system, so the aircraft knows that you are actually landing. Use the range for your approach. As you can see, we have the runway in sight now. And we're 10 nautical miles from the runway. I'll be putting the gear out and adding the flaps. Approaching 4,000. Sorry I'm letting see any of my scenery, but it's just for frame purposes. Using scenery with this video recording system uses a lot of frames. Okay, let's put the gear down. Alright, gear down, 3 green. Let's add flaps 15 for now. And flap 3.5. Okay. Normally, now if I select now for one, normally we should see the ILS, but apparently, oh, here it is. Of course, we're a bit too high. So let's descend. This isn't the normal procedure, but we have to descend quickly. There we go, we captured the glide slope. Sorry about that steep descent all of a sudden, but I can show you a video that they did that in real life, and apparently the cabin didn't remark a thing of it. Surprising enough. Okay, for go around purposes you want to add 800 RPM. I'll be landing manually right now since the autopilot has disconnected. Okay, now we're a bit too high, too low, sorry. Typical. One moment you're too high, the other moment you're too low. Start descending. So now just follow the diamonds, basically make sure they always stay like at that big stripe in the middle, so then you know you're on course high enough. This plane is sometimes very difficult to make it descend because of this trim wheel here. Oops.
Sink rate.
Like I said, not really used to these aircraft 100% yet. I'm rather used to fly the big jets. So this Dash 8 Q400 is something completely new to me, even though I have already like 20 flight hours with it, minimum. It's a whole different experience.
Plus 100. Sink rate.
Okay. Approaching the runway.
100.